All right, here we go. All righty, you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff-bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Seattle Seahawks. And why are those Seattle Seahawks 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all is going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay this once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw it in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes. So as soon as I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. But also, instead of me just rambling on for half an hour, 45 minutes, or whatever it winds up being, it's just nice to talk to another Giant fan. So please feel free, fire away. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, the top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon, second one's called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third one's called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me, and I thank you in advance. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you. I could use all the support I can get. But if not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live or I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Also, finally, in the description box, there's 3 links. There's 3 additional links. One takes you to my Facebook group. I got a Twitter account. There's a TikTok as well. If you go to the group, you become a member. There's over 6,500 members in the group. It's growing strong, every day. It's just absolutely fantastic. Got a ton of stuff going in there every day. A Twitter account or X or P or Q or R or whatever the moron Elon Musk decides to call it this week. To me, it'll always be Twitter. I don't care what that moron says. So I got my Twitter account there. Follow me there. And then I got TikTok. I put stuff on there. Try to put stuff on TikTok every day, like a couple videos every day. So please follow me there as well, too. Right, so with all that stuff said and done and away with, well, good old Saquon, God bless him and everything. He had this before, it was in 2019, the high ankle sprain. Now, obviously, we were kind of hoping maybe it was just a normal ankle sprain would be just a couple weeks. But now it's obviously a high ankle sprain. Now, he had the same thing happen to him in 2019. And apparently, it's the 3rd week of the season. He had he had the high ankle sprain. Where was it here? He did okay. The first game, week 1 against the Cowboys, 2019, had 11 rushes, 120 yards against the Cowboys. Of course, we lost because can never beat the Cowboys. Then, of course, against Buffalo, week 2, we had 18 rushes, 107 yards, and a touchdown. He caught 3 passes for 28 yards in a giant loss. Imagine that. Week 3 against the Bucks, that's when he suffered the high ankle sprain. And he was expected to miss 4 to 8 weeks. Now, he tried to come back, and apparently, it seemed like he came back a little too early because he never seemed, obviously fully healed. He just didn't seem quite the same. So he came back in 4 weeks. Now maybe take an additional 2 weeks off. I guess, I understand. You only get back then, actually, it was only 16 games. You only get 16 games. You go through all this BS all year long. The training, the eating, watching film and studying, all this stuff and everything. You only get 16 games to perform in. So I get it where you want to get back out there. And he already missed 4 games. You know what I mean? So, or he missed what? He missed week 4, 5, and 6. So he came back after he only missed 3 weeks. And he was supposed to miss 4 to 8 weeks, and he came back. He missed 3, so he came back the 4th week, So, and it just seemed like he came back a little too early. Now, I'm kind of hoping he doesn't wind up doing the same thing here. Because it said 2019, he made his return in week 7 against the Cardinals. Now we can look here, like, he had a game in there, so we didn't do too bad, but he did have a couple bad games in there. Obviously, also, it's just the Giants' offense was not like an offensive juggernaut. So, but he did seem like he came back a little early. I mean, just to go to show you, I mean, the game he came back in was against the Cardinals. Chase Edmonds for the Cardinals had 27 carries for 126 yards. Saquon didn't do too bad. He averaged 4 yards a carry, right? He had 18 carries for 72 yards. He also caught, what was it? He caught 3 passes for 8 yards. Okay. But I mean, he had let's see. Where are we at here? All right. The next one here. The next game was against the Lions. And hey, hard to believe we lost. I know. I'm shocked too. Let's see here. He had 19 carries for 64 yards. He did have 8 catches for 79 yards. One of them went for 38 yards. Yeah. But I mean, his rushing was 19, 38, 57. So he averaged like a little over 3 yards a carry, against the Lions. All right. So then we got the next week here. What do we got? Next game. Next game against the Cowboys. Hey, we lost. Shocking. I know. I'm shocked too. So against the Cowboys, he had, 14 carries for 28 yards. He had 6 receptions for 67 yards. However, he had a 65-yard reception. So that means he had 5 other receptions for 2 yards. And he ran the ball 14 times for 28 yards. All right, so then after that, let's see the next one here. What we got? We played the Jets, and hey, we lost that one. I know, hard to believe. I know, I'm shocked too. What did he do? This one wasn't very good either. He had 13 carries for 1 yard. Matter of fact, between the Wayne Train Gallman and Saquon Barkley, we had 14 carries for 3 yards. And you're wondering why we're still looking for an offensive line, huh? haven't had an offensive line in, about 10 years now? Whatever, 10, 11 years, 12 years, right? Even when we won the Super Bowl in 2011, we had a very horrible running game. All right, so so and let's see what else. What do we got here? The next game, let's see now here. The Giants against the Bears. Hey, we lost that one too. I'm shocked. I'm shocked too. 2019 was such a great season. Let's see, Saquon, 17 carries, 59 yards, 17, 38. He averaged a little over 3 yards a carry there. He had 2 receptions for 1 yard. So it seems like he came back a little too early. Let's see. Oh, there's the Packer game. I think this was the one in the snow, I think it was. Let's see, the Packers. Yeah, I think there was the one in the snow. What did he have here? I think he missed. They played this one. 19 carries for 83 yards. Not too bad. But, it seemed like he came back a little too early, right? When he had the high ankle sprain in 2019. Now, it's the same thing here, right? Now, of course, he's going to want to come back as soon as humanly possible. I get it. I understand. I said, now you only get, 17 games. Yeah, it is. And I know he's sick and tired of being injured, and there's no way he's going to meet any of his, to get to up to $11 million. He's basically what he's got the 10.1. So basically, for him to try to get any of his incentives to get up to $11 million, you can pretty much kiss all that stuff goodbye, because he's going to be missing too much time now. Hopefully, he doesn't try to come back too early, because it's the same thing like with the hamstring, right? You think, I think I can do it. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So then you go out there, and play a series or so, whatever, and it's oh man, I think I just made it worse, And now you're back on the sideline. Now you instead of maybe missing just 2 more games when you might be fully healed, now you tried to come back, and now you got to miss the next 4 weeks because you try, So I mean, if he comes back, let's hope he comes back and he's relatively healthy, hopefully, and he can perform to his best instead of trying to rush it back and just trying to be kind of mediocre. I'd much rather see the other killer bees out there, Breida and Brightwell and Gray out there. I'd rather see those guys out there than have Barkley out there and try to work through the pain, because it's a tough injury, especially for a running back. So let's hope. He's got these 11 days off here, right? Before we've got to play Seattle now. To come back that soon be pretty damn quick. So I just hopefully it's nothing where it's going to keep him out a long period of time, but hopefully he doesn't come back too soon, right? Now let's go over some of these. Oh my God, some of these grades, man. I'll tell you. Wow. I mean, PFF never has any love for the Giants, period. But I'll tell you what, they're no holds barred here, baby. Let me tell you what. And it's some of it's justly deserved, right? I mean, the Giants played like a bunch of 2-year-olds, and that's basically, that's about basically how they got graded. All right, let's see if I can find here. I got 13,000 tabs open up here. Okay, so now let's just go to team grades overall here, shall we? The overall, now also keep in mind, most of the other teams, have only played 2 games, but the Giants have played 3, along with the 49ers. So the overall team grade, the 49ers are number 1. They're 91.2. The Giants are number 32. They're the worst team in football, according to PFF, 55.7. Absolute worst team in professional football, 55.7. All right. Offense. Oh, yeah. Here we go. See, the Dolphins are number 1, 87.8. The Giants, somehow the Giants are number 28. I'm not sure how that's possible. 57.4 is their grade. They're number 28 overall. Passing. Dolphins are number 1, 91.4. But you kind of notice, right? I mean, like, the good pay. I mean, obviously, I'm a little shocked here. How about that? How about that Baker Mayfield, huh? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as of only 2 games, right? Short sample size, I get it. But Baker Mayfield, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their passing game is number 3, 80.3 somehow. Wow. But the Giants' passing game is number 24, 60.8. Pass blocking. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The Raiders are number 1, 82.3. So the Giants' pass block, I'm just going to scroll to the bottom here. Let's see where we're at. Giants number 31. 34.9 is actually unbelievably. Well, only 2 games. That's all, small sample size. But somehow Pittsburgh's pass blocking grade, according to PFF, is a 25.1. But the Giants are number 31, 34.9. Absolutely ungodly, freaking pathetic. I mean, but, you got some rookies in there, or rookies /set. Well, I mean, McKeithen's pretty much a rookie. Got Michael Schmitz in there, right? He's a rookie. You got Azudu in there, basically his second season, and then you got Neal in there, basically his second season. So 4 out of your 5 guys are either rookies or first season, or second season. So let's see. And then receiving grade, let's see, Miami Dolphins, 82.1, and the Giants, they should be pretty low on the list here. Giants are number 29. There you go. Oh, yeah, number 29. We're, what are we? 58.8. Tied for 29th with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's see, Giants running grade. Chicago Bears, 88.4. Giants are number 11, 75.4. Run blocking. The Eagles are number 1, 74.7. Actually, they're tied with the Colts, 74.7. The Giants run blocking grade. They're number 21, 54.4. Defense. Here we go. The Cowboys number 1 at 90.6. 49ers are number 2 at 90.4. The Giants on the defense here. Giants defense, they're number 29 overall, according to PFF. 55 is their defensive grade. Run defense. Giants will be high ranked on this. The Colts are number 1, 83.5. The Eagles are number 2, 82.4. They have that very good, their defensive front is the Eagles obviously is very, very good, but especially their rookies that they just the rookies and the guy they drafted last year and all that. So I mean, they look like they're some good players for the Eagles. All right, so the Giants, the run defense is number 30, 51.4 run defense. The Swiss cheese defense, it looks like. Tackling. Here you go. Oh, yeah. Of course, the 49ers are number 1, 76.3, as we saw Thursday night, right? Daniel Jones drops back to pass, has about half a second to throw the ball. The only place he can throw the ball, he has to dump it about 2 yards down the field because that's as far as the wide receivers could run because Daniel Jones has no time to throw the football. So he dumps it off. There's like 19 San Francisco 49ers. They come up, they break down, right? And they come in, they make the tackle, put the guy down. Wan'Dale Robinson picks up 2 yards, right? On 3rd and 9, he picks up 2 yards. Now it's 4th and 7, and we got a punt, right? So tackling. See, so the Giants should be way down at the bottom on this one here. Giants are number 29. 43 is their tackling grade. Absolutely freaking gutless and pathetic. Pass rush. 49ers are number 1, 91. See, the Giants, that was the problem with the Giants. I mean, they faced the 2 best pass rush teams as of right now. Just after, 3 games for the 49ers, but 2 games for the Cowboys. The 49ers are number 1 at 91, and the Dallas Cowboys are in 2nd place, 88.2. Once again, just after 2 games. The Giants pass rush is number 14. I'm not quite sure how that's humanly possible. We have 2 sacks, 67.9. Coverage grade. Cowboys are number 1, and the 49ers are number 3. And the Giants are, let's see here. Giants are number 29, according to PFF, 52.8. And special teams. The Giants' special teams have not been very special. The Saints are number 1 at 90.1. And the Giants are at 54.1? Yep, they're number 30. Oh, my goodness. All right, so for the San Francisco 49er grade game, all right, overall, the Giants team graded out at a 49.5, which is better than they did against the Cowboys, because against the Cowboys, they were graded a 45.6. But against the 49ers, we graded a 49.5. Our offensive grade was a 45.3. Our passing game somehow was a 49, my bad, 49.4. Somehow, 49.4. Our pass blocking, I mean, this just basically says it all. 16.9 was our pass blocking grade against the San Francisco 49ers. Okay? And people and these low-life scum from the 49ers are mocking Daniel Jones because he had to dump stuff off. Well, he has no time to throw the football. But I guess the morons from the 49ers, who I'm going to go over in just a minute here, I guess think he was supposed to be able to stand in the pocket and, launch the ball 50 yards downfield. But again, that's the moron 49ers for you. See, receiving grade, the Giants were 59.4. Our running grade was somehow, one more time for the hearing impaired. Somehow, I have no idea where they get this stuff at. They graded them as 67.1. The running backs had 9 carries for 20 yards or something like that. And somehow we graded out a 67.1, our running grade. Run blocking was a 37. Giants defensive grade in the 49ers game was a 53.8. Run defense, 52.6. Tackling, 29.7. Absolutely gutless, pathetic. I mean, whatever other adjectives you can think of, that's what the Giants tackling was against the 49ers, 29.7. Pass rush, Giants pass rush was a 67.9. Now, I mean, we were blitzing. We were getting real close. The problem was every time Brock Purdy got back, he took 2 seconds to throw the ball. There was somebody who was wide open or somebody who was open, and he hit him every time. Our coverage grade was a 51.9, and our special teams grade against the 49ers was a 59.9. Nothing, just horrible grades. All right, so let's go to the offense. So we have, just to show you, there's some absolutely telltale, horrible. The bottom 5 out of the 6 bottom grades just basically tell you all you need to know about what happened on Thursday night against the 49ers. Okay, so we start off. The highest graded offensive player for the Giants was Darius Slayton, 69.3. He played in 42 snaps. Wan'Dale Robinson, welcome back, brother. He only played in 11 snaps, and he had some catches. So he graded 67.3. Good to have him back. That's good. Gary Brightwell, he only played 9 snaps, but he graded out of 66. Matt Breida played 41 snaps. He graded out of 65.7. Matt Peart was a left tackle for just 6 snaps, graded out of 63. Darren Waller was in there for 41 snaps, graded out of 59.6. Let's see here. Sterling Shepard was just in there for 2 snaps, graded out of 58.9. Paris Campbell was in there for 21 snaps, graded 57.9. Daniel Jones, somehow he graded out of 55. He was in there for 47 snaps. 55 was his grade. Jalen Hyatt, he didn't have a catch as far as I know. You really even hardly knew he was on the field. He was in there for 16 snaps, graded at 53.7. But that's because we couldn't throw to him because Daniel Jones didn't have enough time in the pocket to stay in there and launch one down the field. Isaiah Hodgins was in there for 33 snaps. He graded at 52.8. And Daniel Bellinger was in there for 30 snaps. He graded at 46.6. Now, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you kind of notice, right? 5 of these last 6 are all in one offensive positional group. And you'll kind of notice as I went over the list of guys, there was one position group I didn't really bring up at all. And that would be the offensive line. That way, because 5 of the 6 lowest graded offensive players on Thursday Night Football for the Giants against the San Francisco 49ers was the offensive line. Absolutely horrible. Evan Neal, the right tackle, was 47 snaps, graded out of 45.3. His run blocking was at 36.5. Tyrod Taylor is the only one in here that broke up this streak. If Tyrod Taylor didn't play at all, the bottom 5 grades would have been the starting offensive lineman. But Tyrod Taylor got in there for, was it 3 snaps or was it just 2? It was 3 snaps. Okay, 3 snaps. He graded out of 41.9. I said, but other than that, the bottom 5, if you take the Tyrod Taylor out, the bottom 5 guys were the starting offensive lineman for the Giants. How are you supposed to, score, move, run, pass, anything when, John Michael Schmitz, he was in there for 50 snaps. He graded out of 33.8. His pass blocking was at 22.8. His run blocking was at 37.4. Shane Lemieux, left guard, he graded out of 50. He was in there for 50 snaps. He graded out 31.6. Pass blocking grade, Shane Lemieux, 3.8. Now, I get it. He hasn't started, maybe this, maybe that, and blah, 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 blah. 3.8 pass blocking grade. Are you effing kidding me? But it's just about the same with the next one. Marcus McKeithen played right guard, all 50 snaps, basically played the whole game, right? He graded out a 28.3. His pass block grade, 3.9. So basically, our left guard and right guard, one graded out a 3.8 pass blocking, the other one graded out a 3.9 pass blocking. I mean, are you effing kidding me? This is what we have to put out there. Joshua Zudo, God bless him, left tackle, stood in there for Andrew Thomas. He played all 50 snaps, graded out of 27. His pass blocking grade was 11.7. I mean, just, basically it tells you all you needed to know about the offense, how the offense went. I mean, all right, let's go to the defensive side. Now we had a couple good grades. Of course, Sexy Dexy, back-to-back weeks with really good games. He did well. He was in there for 61 snaps. He graded out a 90.3. It just goes to show you, I mean, the Giants had like 50 offensive snaps, and the 49ers had 83, looks like. So they had 33 more snaps than the Giants did. That's because we couldn't get off the field on third down. Leonard Williams did well. He grew 62 snaps, graded at 89.8. So he almost graded out at a 90. DJ Davidson had a very nice, 19 snaps he was in there for. Unfortunately, hurt his elbow, had to come out. Another Giant injured. I mean, I just noticed the Giant guys getting injured. Did any 49ers get injured? I'm just kind of curious. Did any Cowboy guys get injured when we played them? Did any Cardinal players get injured? Did any 49ers get injured? It's just the Giant guys hobbling off the field. It just seems like to me. Absolutely amazing. Adoree Jackson was in there for 80 snaps. He graded a 67.5. Darnay Holmes, 15 snaps, 66.1. Deonte Banks, he played in 43 snaps before he got hurt. 65.3. Oshane Ximines, 25 snaps, graded a 63.1. Xavier McKinney was in there for all 83 snaps, 60.5. Dane Belt was just in there for one snap. He graded out a 59.7. Isaiah Simmons was 23 snaps, so he's starting to get more snaps. So that's good. He graded out a 56.7. Sean Robinson, he was in there for 45 snaps. Apparently you can punch Sean Robinson in the face and not get ejected. So I guess the NFL called down to the ref, said, yeah, we need the 49ers to win this football game. So if somebody takes a closed fist and punches another Giant in the face, maybe throw a penalty, because we don't want to make it look too obvious, but we don't kick him out of the game. We'll come up with some BS excuse why it's okay to keep the 49er in the game after he punches a Giant guy in the face. Yeah, what absolute crock of freaking bullshit. Absolute crock of crap. We couldn't tell. They came up. We couldn't tell if he hit him with a closed fist. Get the out of here. You've got to be kidding me. You couldn't tell if he punched him in the face with a closed fist. Get the heck out of here. Absolute garbage. Let's see. Bobby Okereke was in there for all snaps, 83, 51.5. Jason Pinnock was in there for all 83 snaps, 49.3. Hottie was in there for 50 snaps, 47.3. Because, I mean, we need somebody, taking Azeez's place, right? So we had Micah McFadden was in there for 60 snaps. He graded at 47.2. Nacho was in there for 34 snaps, 43.3. Trey Hawkins III, his tackling was bad. Yeah, graded at 39.3. His tackling grade was a 26.3. He like ghost tackled a couple times there. I don't know what was going on with him. Really don't know what was going on with him. Bookie Basham, 18 snaps, graded out of 33. And Kayvon Thibodeau, 72 snaps. He had a sack and whatever. He graded out at a 28.6. I mean, wow. Yeah, Kayvon. I mean, just overall, I mean, the defense overall was just, I mean, obviously we had some good players. We had some good moments in there and stuff, but just very, very soft defense. not really wanting to go up there and maybe hit anybody or just very, very soft. Very, very soft. I mean, just rather disappointing for the Giants defense. Just, I mean, of course, you can't say, how come we don't play like the '86 Giants? I mean, of course, it's totally different, guys. But you don't have a dog there. You don't have somebody, stepping up and getting in the guys' faces and taking account, for making the guys responsible or anything like that. It's just like soft football, just embarrassing. Really, really, really is embarrassing. It's a shame. Can't play offense, can't play defense. Other than that, we got a great team. We look really good. I mean, hopefully we can turn around against the Seahawks. But I'll tell you what, boy. It's one thing you lose a game and you look like you tried and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But when you go out and lose and you just straight up get embarrassed, it's just, it's really embarrassing. Really, really embarrassing. All right, then we got, let's see here. Now, of course, we have a couple, we have, because you have apparently some, says here, 49ers defense mocked Giants quarterback Daniel Jones after loss. And of course, because that's because they got little Swansons are about this big. They're rock hard when they're erect. They're about an inch long. Because that's because they're insecure little wussies. That's what they are. It says because beating the Giants 30-12 apparently wasn't enough. So the little wussies that they are, they got to go on and go on social media like a bunch of 2-year-old babies and mock people. What a bunch of low life losers they are. It says, let's see here. This is from Sports Illustrated. Say, talk about kicking someone when they're down. Members of the San Francisco 49ers defense, some naturally hiding under the protective veil of anonymity. They're anonymous, right? Took some verbal shots at the Giants quarterback Daniel Jones after the 49ers thrashed the Giants 30-12 on Thursday Night Football, holding Jones and the Giants to just 121 net yards passing. Mike Silver of the San Francisco Chronicle reported that the 49ers defense was looking forward to Jones and the Giants airing it out in the passing game so that they'd have chances for interceptions and strip sacks. But instead of an all-out aerial attack, Jones and the Giants gave the 49ers more of a passive passing approach, consisting of dinks and dunks, which drew mockery from the 49ers. The dude did not want to throw the ball, an unnamed 49ers defender told Silver. So unnamed, so it means the guy's a wussy, an absolute gutless wussy. It's so easy to mock somebody and hide your name because you're a wussy. That's because your Swanson's about that big. You're a gutless, worthless piece of human trash. That's about how big you are right there, brother. Rock hard, too. That's about how big you are. You got a small Swanson. You're a little piece of trash wussy. And hopefully, I hope you guys don't want to win the Super Bowl. I'll laugh my ass off. Said early on, you could tell it wasn't going to happen. Everything was a check down. At that point, we knew what time it was. Jones was playing behind a third version of the Giants' offensive line, which has been dealing with injuries to left tackle Andrew Thomas and left guard Ben Bredesen, and whose starting right tackle Evan Neal has struggled. Yep. Says if their attempt to stave off the 49ers pass rush, the Giants deployed several max protect blocking schemes in which they kept a tight end in to help with the pass blocking. However, according to Pro Football Focus, Jones was under pressure on 44.1% of his dropbacks, despite only being blitzed 32.4% of the time. And on those dropbacks in which he was under pressure, Jones was 8 of 13 for 66 yards. Jones, who has never been one to point fingers, win or lose, took his share of the responsibility for his Giants' loss after the game. Not good enough. Not good enough, he said when asked how he would assess his play in the loss. Jones was especially upset with himself for sailing two balls over the intended receiver's head. Yep. I mean, the one that bounced off of Waller, I mean, Waller was open, but that ball was like high and it was like kind of like behind him. That was not a good throw. I mean, he had a couple bad throws in there. I mean, the one, if he could have hit Waller in stride, once again, if Waller would actually held on to the ball. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm looking, is that Waller or is that Evan Ingram out there? Who do we have out there still? But if he hit Waller in stride, right, Waller makes a first down there. First down, Giants keep the ball, move the chains. Right? Let's see here. I think there were plays across the board that I would like to have back, and those are definitely two of them, he said. Instead of taking the win from the battle of the trenches, the 49ers went all out on their verbal attack against the Giants' $40 million per year man. So it just goes to show you. I mean, I don't know if the Giants beat the Cardinals. Did the Giants become a bunch of wussies like the 49ers are and just go out of the way and start making mockery of the Cardinals? I don't think so. I mean, did the Giants make fun of anybody when they wound up beating them? Yeah, because I think they're gentlemen. Right? You play yourself out on the field. The best man wins. You shake your hand. You go your own way, and the game's over, and you move on. But apparently when you're like little Swansons, the 49ers got little Swansons about that big, about an inch long. A bunch of gutless, pathetic wussies that the 49ers are. I guess, you got to take to hiding your name on social media because you're gutless and pathetic. A lot of people who make all that money don't even deserve it, linebacker Dre Greenlaw told Silver. I think they took a chance when they paid him. I mean, he's not bad. And if you ain't got nothing better. Several other members of the 49 defense were incredulous over the fact that Jones' average per year salary is $6 million more than what the new deal pays 49 star pass rusher Joey Bosa. Yeah, $40 million a year is a lot of money, said cornerback Charvarius Ward. While other members of the 49ers defense choosing the safety of anonymity because they're gutless and pathetic, described Jones's annual compensation as unbelievable, ridiculous, and a travesty. Well, no, the only travesty is the fact that they let gutless wussies like the 49ers play football. That's the only travesty here. For the 49ers, some of them who sounded like they were personally paying Jones' salary, the real travesty is that some of them forget how to be gracious winners. And they're gutless. That's true. Yep. Gutless, pathetic, low-life, losing scum. That's what the 49ers are. And, it's just, if they wind up losing, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, I'll be very, very happy. Very, very happy. I mean, it's the same thing like with the Cowboys. They're on the sideline making fun, and you get a sack, and you get a sack, and that was, I could see. It was true. They had 9 sacks. 2 of them got taken back because of penalties. I understand, And, when the Cowboys were doing that on the sideline and Lawrence was doing that, Lawrence was saying, let's make these guys quit by halftime. He wasn't going up to, he wasn't hiding himself. So you got to give the Cowboys some credit. They played an unbelievable game, unbelievable front. They deserved to win. They won and all that stuff. Of course, they were fired up on this, understandably so, but they weren't hiding themselves, right? They weren't going up to a camera, right, taking the microphone and Daniel Jones, but they were making fun, but they were doing it on the sideline, and the camera crew just happened to be there filming and all that. They didn't do it in the locker room. And you got to give Micah Parsons a little bit of credit. He kind of stood up for Daniel Jones. He said, I can't believe that he was still in the game toward the end of the game when we're down 40-0. Why is he still in the game and all that and everything? So you got to give the Cowboys a little bit of credit. As much as I despise them, you got to give them some credit. But, to kind of go and like what it said in that article, like those 49ers are paying his salary or something like that. It's like, why don't you mind your own business, dude? Why can't you be just a gracious winner? Just shake your hand, go on your way. You're 3-0. Why don't you worry about your next opponent instead of being a bunch of bunch of gutless wussies. Their Swansons are about that big. Rock hard. They're about that big. That's because they're insecure, gutless wussies. And I hope they wind up losing. I absolutely freaking love it. Absolutely love it. No pack of scumbags deserve it more to lose than they do. So hopefully somewhere down the road they'll get theirs. And I absolutely love it. So, well, guys, it's been 40 minutes. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. If anybody spends any time watching the replays, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!